When an accused sets off a chain of events leading to a victim's death, proving causation can be tricky, but the prosecution has to prove every element of a crime beyond a reasonable doubt. In Henderson v. Kibbe, the defendant argued that the prosecution didn't meet this burden in the absence of explicit jury instructions on causation. Kibbe and Roy Krall met George Stafford in a bar. Stafford was drunk. When Kibbe and Krall saw Stafford flash some cash, they made a plan to rob him. They agreed to give Stafford a ride, but instead took his money and abandoned him along a dark rural road, partially unclothed and without his glasses or coat. The temperature was near zero and blowing snow significantly diminished visibility. Snowbanks lined the road. As Stafford sat helplessly in the dark in the middle of a traffic lane, a speeding pickup truck struck and killed him. Kibbe and Krall were arrested for Stafford's murder. The relevant state statute provided that a person is guilty of second-degree murder when, quote, under circumstances evincing a depraved indifference to human life, he recklessly engages in conduct which creates a grave risk of death to another person and thereby causes the death of another person. Unquote. At trial, Kibbe's lawyer argued that the pickup truck driver's negligence and not Kibbe's conduct caused Stafford's death. The prosecution countered that Stafford's death was foreseeable and wouldn't have happened if not for Kibbe's actions. Neither side asked the trial judge to instruct the jury on causation, but the judge read the statute to the jury. The judge instructed the jury that a person acts recklessly with respect to a particular result if the person consciously disregards a substantial unjustifiable risk that the result will occur. Kibbe was convicted of grand larceny, robbery, and second-degree murder. The New York Court of Appeals affirmed Kibbe's conviction. Thereafter, Kibbe filed a petition for a writ of habeas corpus in the United States District Court for the Northern District of New York. The district court dismissed Kibbe's petition. The Second Circuit reversed, concluding that the trial judge's failure to explicitly instruct the jury on causation created a risk that the jury hadn't determined causation beyond a reasonable doubt. The United States Supreme Court granted cert.